Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Insanity. In the last episode, we continued some cleanup of this old spaghetti land, so it's almost not that much spaghetti anymore. The only spaghetti we have here now is a lot of robots doing some cleanup work. And then we fixed some increased production of Keysalk, which is not in the mall, it's over here. Although one of these is not working, which we will fix. We also fixed a bunch of new casting, namely copper, iron, steel and stuff, and solar, which has currently doesn't have any molten solder, but we will fix that as well. We moved some tin chromium alloy to somewhere else, over here, and we cleaned up some belts. And we provide some landfill in the top right, where I thought that would be a good place to have the new stone processing area. But I have realized that that's not the case because I'm stupid. So naturally I forgot something. Now where's my train? It's at the parking. How about you come over here, Mr. Train? Because when we have a big, like if we want to have a stone processing area, easiest way to get stone and sand and stuff is from soil, which we can get from water. Oh, come on. I wasn't driving that slow. Maybe I was. Okay. And the amounts of water we need for that area is pretty huge. So that's why it would be useful to have some swimming pools, which we just don't have over there. So in this episode we are going to prepare another area for that. Ah, you're missing borax, of course. Always borax. And now the first thing we are fixing here is first of all some more inserters for these, because that's helpful. And speaking of helpful, it's also helpful to not have a green wire but a red wire, when the other ones are already using a red wire. And we also missed to get some inserters to this machine. So that's what I'm doing as well. Although I would actually like to have those inserters there, damn it. And I'm adding some more inserters here because it's just a lot of work essentially for these poor inserters. Now let's see here, we can do this better. The best way is probably to add this here. That's better. Now please be connected. Yeah, that should work. I'll just help it along the way a little bit by adding some borax into mainly this one and this one and this one. And you are missing sand casting as well. Luckily we can deal with that. Thank you very much. Now this should be producing a lot more iron, and it should be a lot easier for it to go onto the belt. Speaking of which, I realized that it helps a bit if we actually have a little splitter. Thank you. See? Things are a lot faster here now, although, I mean, it, the sheer amounts of stuff that we're getting here are absolutely insane, but hopefully it will back up and take care of itself. Now I did let my train go, but that's okay. The reason for that is that I would like to go to my car. Because I would like to start filling in this new city block and adding some indoor swimming pools, as I call them. Because otherwise I will forget that. I might just by accident fill up the entire area without any swimming pools, and I don't want that. So I'm thinking I would like to have a couple of swimming pools here actually. Let's add one here. And when adding swimming pools, it's actually easier to not be inside of the car. So at least one in each corner. Maybe one somewhere in the middle as well, I don't know. I haven't entirely thought out how this new area will look like, but I do know which items I would like to export and import and process around here. So that's something. I did get a comment about why I don't have like a blueprint for an entire city block that would also include roboports and stuff. And I agree that a robot blueprint for a whole city block could be very useful. But I'm not sure if I would like them to include the roboports, because the roboport distance is not easily divisible um, by the size of a city block, essentially. So it's a bit deliberate. That I don't have that. But who knows, maybe at some point I will fix that. And also, the thing about roboports is that robots can't place them unless I put in an extra amount of roboports just for that purpose. Because the distance of a roboport is, yeah, it looks like this. But the extra construction distance is not that big, which is why it becomes a bit of an issue. Anyway, now that city block is done, it just needs some content now, basically. I'll just try and park somewhere, I don't know, Barely even know where my parking is. Things are so clean these days, I don't know where I have stuff. Oh, here I am. Ouch, damn it. Ah, it happens. Why is my train damaged? Oh well. Okay, now then. Let's go fix the key sulk production area. And while we do this, I would like to have a fluid wagon do some things for me. First off, I would like it to go to the molten... oh damn. Okay, let's rename these stations. This is ore processing tar requester. And this is the solder provider. And that was the wrong copy paste. That's from the notepad document I've been using. Ore processing molten solder provider. Thank you. So, dear fluid wagon, this one, please go to ore processing molten solder provider and wait there for 30 seconds. And then you may go to one of these stations, molten solder requester, until you are empty. And then you can go to the steel area. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Okay. Iron processing. This is molten iron provider. And here I see a bit of a problem as well, because this combinator is not placed. So this is molten copper provider. And here we have the molten steel provider. Good. Now let's find this ore processing, this one, yes. Molten steel. Let's see, molten. Casting. No. Casting, iron processing. I would like to have iron processing, molten steel provider. For 30 seconds, and then you can go to the molten steel requester. And then I would just like to make sure that this, yes, it's empty, good. Then you may go to the molten iron provider, wait there for 30 seconds, and then go to and empty that cargo. How about that? I think this should work. Molten solder is already done, molten steel provider we've been to, so we cleaned out this up. Okay, thank you. Now let's see, what was I doing? Right, there's a couple of issues in this area. First of all, this one should be taking out iron plates instead. Then I need some more wood processing units, which I of course can't make, because why would I have the materials for that? And then there is this little inserter down here that we need to fix. Over there. Thank you. So just want to make sure that this one is starting. Now it's starting. Thank you very much. Now you might wonder, why is this taking so slow? The thing is that we are actually getting more Keysalk here than we can deal with, which is why we need to have more wood processing units, which is why we need to get some tin. So, huzzah! Let's see. First off, let's fix this little train station. And then after that, let's go and fix some tin. Train station fixed. Next stop. Tin plates. Must have some tin. And after this, there's two things that we will be focusing on in this episode. One of them is the question about why we don't have any tin, apparently. Okay, how long? You may pause there a little bit. And then you may go to this place somewhere, molten tin provider. Wait there for 30 seconds. And then you may go to the tin requester up here, which is apparently none of those. Molten tin requester, thank you. Empty cargo. Ah, this was a bit annoying, because I really need to have this tin. Okay, you're done. Moving on. So how are we doing now with molten iron and stuff? Molten iron quite a bit. Molten steel not that much, but still a bit. So it's something. I'm guessing that the molten steel production is now operational at least, which is good. And this should provide us with a fair amount of iron plates, which is one of the things that we are missing a lot of everywhere. So you now have some molten tin, and here we have some tin plates incoming. About time. And I'm not patient enough to wait for that, which is why I'm just going over here, grabbing some tin plates directly. Good. Wood processing. Yes, 2 of them is exactly what I would like. Now, just to prepare a bit, I would like to have some soil extractors in the future. Okay. And it seems like I have half of my inventory full with landfill. But, oh well, that's just what happens. I'm ignoring red lights. Okay, come on. Get me to the Keysalk production, please. Now you may insert these if you have more than 100 of them here. And then we can get rid of... oh, come on. Well, that's not surprising. Not surprising at all, actually. Graphite. Why do I have graphite here? And you may be disabled from now on. And you may kind of stop around here somewhere. That's not a good place to have it. That's better. Raw fibers, please, from Kisalk. Eh. Thank you. Kisalk seeds. Nope, don't care about that anymore. Not at the moment. And I forgot to disable the mod that I said that I would disable. Oh well. So how about that? So let's have like a limit here of... well, actually we can just use this belt. Although we can change this one to 4000 instead, because I think we have quite a bit of raw fibers by now. And if not, I would like to build up some more storage of that, because I think it's quite important to have. So yeah, we have just like 900 Kisalk waiting for processing. That's nice. Okay, now then, the next stop is actually Nixlit and niobium, because we have a bit of an issue with the amount of sodium hydroxide that we have in our LTN and stuff, because everything is suddenly requesting that. Sodium hydro... Thank you. Please stop, train. So let's say, for example, that I would like to have, I don't know, 100 maybe. How much do we have? We are producing about 150 per minute, sort of. It's peaked at 240. So let's say that we would like to have around 240. Not per second, per minute. Then we need some salt, which is fairly easy because it's just saline water and slaked lime, which we can make using this production. And that requires lime, which requires limestone and stuff. So input is coke and water. Water should be fairly easy because that we can use one of these pump jacks for. So saline water and coke produces sodium hydroxide and a bunch of other things, because things are always producing other things. Because after all, we are playing PyBlock, in case you didn't know. So this is the reason why I would like to have this here, is because I have a requester here, which we can add coke request to. That's fairly easy. And then I have saline water here already. And not just that, I also happen to have a bit of limestone. Although, as you can see, this process is producing 120 limestone and only requires 96. So limestone is actually a side product here, which is fairly nice. Oh, and look at that, we already have a pump jack. That's done. I hope they can share. So let me just get some limestone to kickstart the process, and let's say a high pressure furnace. 5 of them, sure, it's a good start. So coke and limestone, let's add that over here. And then we need another bunch of these. And then we need a couple of gasifiers. And this is kind of where the annoying part comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. Oh, and here we apparently already have a carbon dioxide requester. That is very interesting because we happen to produce carbon dioxide from this process. So that's cool. And then let's see, so we already have the evaporator because we have salt. Then we need to have some of these things. And I will just put them up over here. Chemical plants, I need more circuit boards. So that sounds like a good plan for the next step. Go get me some circuit boards. And look at this, we have a fair number of circuit boards here, just waiting for us. I have so much bloody landfill here. Okay. 1, 2, 3 chemical plants and a couple of gasifiers. When I say a couple, I mean a bunch. Thank you. Why do I have a compost plant? We don't need that. So going down here again. I would like faster trains. I do have the goal of getting next lit locomotives, but it's still far away, far away. Maybe we should say a couple of words for like our long-term plan. So once we have everything like stable and going well and stuff, of course, one goal is still to get the bedding research done, because bedding will allow us to essentially produce animals and stuff faster. There are a couple of better recipes for that. And then we would like to get some advanced casting, and then we would like to get some advanced small parts, and then we like to get some stainless steel. So that's kind of like the generic long-term plan for the moment. Okay, maybe we can make some more high pressure furnaces. Okay, so let's see, this one should produce lime. That's boron trioxide. Lime, thank you. This should produce calcium carbide. And this acetylene, which we already have specified there. And 3 of these to produce sodium hydroxide. Good, let's connect this mess. Seven and 2. 15 and 10. Now which one is it that is producing side product? Is it this one? Yes, this is producing limestone. Okay. Need a bunch of inserters. I have enough pipes, I hope. Actually, I probably don't. Salt, slate, lime. Okay, so this is where we need the salt. 10 salt equals 10 sodium hydroxide. How fast are you? 6 seconds. That's quite a while. Power. Good. So the limestone that you can't put over there should sort of just be wasting eventually. This needs limestone. Ugh. Thank you. Five seconds. No need for fast inserters. Lime and carbon dioxide. The thing about lime is that it can be used for other things as well. Nope, not enough space. So I will be providing lime to LTN. Four seconds. Okay. Should be okay. Good. Ah. Now, I do want to make sure that this is reused before I fill it up with some more stuff. Because I'm planning on adding a little tool here to waste some of it if we have too much. Where is it? There it is. So a gas vent, please. So if you have more than say 28, no 27, then you may waste it. Because then we clearly don't need to have any more than that. Good, fixed. And apparently we need some inserters for these as well. Who would have thought? I need more space here. Something like that. Calcium carbide, that's this stuff. 8 seconds. Cool. Ah. We have enough space. Oh. Acetylene and slaked lime. I didn't have enough pipes at all. Luckily, I have iron. Okay. Oh dear, even more pipes, of course. Pipes, pipes, pipes. inserters. Come on. Cool. Now, at some point, I promise to find out what this fluid is good for. I'm sure it can be good for something. For now, I think it will be very good to provide it to LTN, because that's what I always do. Sodium hydroxide acetylene provider. Don't even remember if that's the name. It might be. Yes, it is. Cool. And to avoid any overflow, let's add a gas vent. Oh, come on. Really? Thank you. So that's limestone, and that's the other thing. Right. And I would kind of like that also to be provided. More belts. Ugh. Thank you. Now I might not need to have that much. Sodium hydroxide. Say like 4,000 of that. Limestone 2,000. Yeah, sounds good. Then I just need to drag this out. And this is not gonna work because that's a side product. So I do need to have a little ore mechanism here. If I'm missing sodium hydroxide, please be enabled. And if I'm missing limestone, also please be enabled. And then you are enabled if you should be enabled. Cool, I think this is working. We'll just see if I'm right about that or not. I don't think I missed anything. I will find out sooner or later. Wait a minute. This one should have a request threshold of 15,000. And then you, my friend, may just empty this fluid wagon. Good, glad we caught that in time. So now let's see how much of this area we have time for in this episode. But we will at least start it. What will be quite unique about this one is that it doesn't really need anything, this city block, because it will just generate everything. But it will deal with some side products from other things. So it will request stuff anyways. So I would like to have... Oh. Okay, let's take a look here actually. I think this is good to just see stone. Apparently a lot of things gets you stone. So in the center of all this is this, and then there is also sand using this recipe. So say for example that I would like to have 200 sand and some gravel and iron oxide and whatever, sure. Stone can be used to make a couple of things. For example, tar, which is a fairly useful recipe. And I don't really care here about any like ratios of things. I just want to request stuff, provide stuff, and more or less be done with it. And coarse fraction can use this recipe. Haven't I already added that? Apparently not. There's also another way to make tar, but that's not interesting. And this does not belong in this city block. And then for the sand, that can be used for a number of things as well. Most importantly, and relevant in this city block, would be rich dust for sure. Pure sand, absolutely. Quartz ore, absolutely, sure. I can see why that would be a thing. And then this, no, quartz, the processing of quartz will be done elsewhere. But rich dust can easily be made into titanium ore, which we should also do here. So these are the different machines that are relevant in this process. And it feels a little bit like I forgot something, but I don't know what that would be. So we need an item requester, item provider, and we need to provide tar. And yeah, tailings. Why not? And saline water. So that's 3 different requests, 3 different fluid providers. But none of them will be up here actually. Instead, up here we will have an item requester and an item provider. And that's about it. For now at least. And it seems like we do have some Roboport coverage here, which is nice. I wonder if we can expand that a bit. Oh, of course, I already planned for an expansion of it here. And before we do too much other things here, I would very much like to walk a bit faster. Thank you so very much. Well, we're out of Nextly tiles. Again. I'm just curious, how much do we have there? I can't see. 37,000. Yeah, that's not a... Oh dear. Wow. We have... yeah, we're not lacking any Nextly tiles, that's for sure. I think I should upgrade that one at some point. Where's my... There it is. I will actually go upgrade it now, because why not? Ugh. No. Just no. Please no. Well, at least I made it this far. Hello, Nixlate. You have been upgraded to a warehouse, essentially. And then let's grab some. Maybe soon we can start driving around with our car and just to fill in Nixlate tiles everywhere. That would be cool. Stone processing. Item requester. Stone processing. Item provider. And now it's very important here actually that these two are not part of the same network ID, because I will be requesting and providing stone and gravel and stuff. So I would not like a request to one be a delivery to the other. That would be stupid. So starting at the beginning, more or less, we need offshore pumps. And we also need faster move speed. So here's the other one. So then this area can be covered with soil extractors, essentially. That can probably be put a bit more to the side. And then next to that we can have secondary crusher, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, this was not correct. Very much incorrect. Sand. How do I get sand? This is how I get sand. Solid separator. I need more circuits again. Hello train, take me to... Oh, I see. Is it possible that this little... Darn it. Go to my parking first of all. And then go to the... No, okay, go there first. Sure, whatever. I need more rails. Which reminds me that the rail production is currently not operational, but that's kind of okay. That was not a lot of circuit boards, but I'm glad we have a lot of fiber boards at least. It's nice to be able to just drive through here. How is it going for these robots, by the way? 587. Sure thing. Let's see, I need rails. We still have a bit of rails. Also, I think I have my car nearby. Have some landfill. So we wanted to make some solid separators. Oh jeez. Ugh, that's gonna be a problem. What is missing? It's urea that is the problem, naturally. Sure thing. How about we look into that? Eh. So please have some urea. Anything else that you want? Raw fibers? Oh, right, because this one is still producing raw fibers as well. That's a bit stupid. But I mean, come on, 750 Keysalk. We need a lot more wood processing units, I can tell you that. And we don't have tin cables. Eh, okay. Something to fix in another episode or something. Now I would like to know, can I go from here to my parking? No, I can't. Probably because this... Oh, okay, probably because of this. How about now? Yes, thank you. Though I would like to go here. Cool. And this area is going to take a bit of time to set up, that's for sure. But just to get like a general idea of things. Each one of these maps to a solid separator, which produces not soot, that's for sure. Not chromite sand either. Why would you even produce chromite sand using that recipe? Well, maybe I will find out sometime in the future. So these should be mapping to this. And the good thing about this is that this is just a simple one-to-one mapping. Well, maybe not exactly one-to-one, but approximately one-to-one. Like, if we have 7 to 12 or like 7 to 6, it's pretty much one-to-one. And power, that might be a thing. Thank you. Okay, while I'm here, let's fix this. Coal dust to the left. Or rather, no, coal dust. Coal dust there. Coal dust right. Coal dust there. Thank you. Now you may have, actually we can add these to this process. Just to have a couple of more sea sponge routes going on here. And then you should be going like that. Thank you. So now this should have power. Well, almost. Then they may have wow, it's enough with just one inserter. That's very cool. And then comes the problem, because there's a number of things where this can go essentially. And we also definitely need to separate things. For example, biomass is not something that we highly prioritize. I mean, getting some of it is good, but hey. So a core part of this process is the stone, which tells us that we might want some ordinary stone washing as well. Can I make a washer? Of course I cannot, because I need stone bricks. And I can't get any stone bricks at the moment. Let's see, coarse fraction. Classifier, can I make a classifier? I can actually, then I can actually get some stone. A little ugly hack possibly, but hey. That's why we're here, isn't it? How much of this do you need? You need 20. Sure thing. Oh, and we are only getting 3 coarse fraction at a time. Sure. Ah, no, this is just... is not good. I think I need to get some materials for these things. Classifier, screener, washer, yaw crusher even. Destructive distillation column, don't I have that? I do, 2 of them. How nice is that? So at least now we know sort of where we want to have this. Actually, we want to copy you too, and even you, dear pipes. And this is a lot more than 7. Can tell you that for sure. But that's okay. Because more is better than nothing. So how was it going this with this? I see, we do have a Roboport here. Then I'm hoping that robots can come here and fill up the pipes for us. And the inserters maybe even. Ah. The more I walk on Nexely tiles, the more I feel like this is what I want to walk on all the time. Oh, nice. Okay, scratching my head a bit here. The main product that we kind of want from these at the moment is the sand and then also the coarse fraction. Limestone and biomass, not that important, kind of. But it's, yeah, why not? So we fix this more or less, rather we set it up. So yaw crusher, classifier, screener. Nope, I would not like to search at this moment. Classifier. Simple circuit boards. Very well. And then I think we also needed some tin plates for something. So after we've been there, let's go to the casting area. $75. We're starting to get somewhere, but we're still missing quite a bunch. Although the production is working now, at least. That's something. Do I have any templates here? Yes. Thank you very much. So classifier, screener, washer, yaw crusher. Let's begin with the yaw crusher because I don't think we need that many. Damn it, we need iron as well. I know a place where we can find that. That would be here. Nice. Wow. So, oh, right. Speaking of steel, I would like to go to the drill head production and just drop off some steel manually there because I think they are missing steel. This was actually something I wanted to do in the beginning of this episode, but I completely forgot about it. Yep, they are still missing steel. Here you go, have some steel. Yeah. Actually, let's go here again. I might need to send another train to pass some molten steel around, actually. Because we currently don't have that much molten steel. So how are we doing down here? 5.7, 18, 12. And up here? Let's see. We have 4.8, 1.1, 3.8. Okay, so we can make a delivery with all of these things. Let's see. That, and that. And then we have no, that's the molten thingy provider. Lead, aluminium, copper, iron, and steel. Molten copper requester. Molten steel provider. Steel requester. Empty cargo. Empty cargo. Iron requester. Empty cargo. And iron provider 30 seconds. Go! Actually start with the steel. Because that's what I'm missing the most. Steel, copper, iron. One request of each. Yes, please. Seems like we might need to do this like once per episode or something, which tells us that maybe we should consider changing the LTN limits of this, just to provide like 5k even, I don't know, but like have a smaller provider threshold at this time, because it takes a bit of time to fuel it up or to get these things. And a delivery of 25k is a lot when it comes to these molten things. But oh well. So let's see, let's go again to the circuit production. That was there, right? That's more like it. That's what I'm talking about. So classifiers. 1, 2, 3 maybe? 1, 2, 3. No, 4. At least 4. So let's make it 5 and then find out what's missing. Iron. We are missing iron again. So washers and yaw crushers. I think I made some yaw crushers. For washing we need stone brick, right? So I guess then that we can go to the Spaghetti Land entrance. Just get some stone bricks from here. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, look at this. We have... Oh wait, this is not the Spaghetti Land entrance. This is the Spaghetti Land entrance. Speaking of Spaghetti Land, we still have 301 entities missing construction robots. They seem to take their fair amount of time. $290, okay. It's decreasing a bit, I think. Though I might want to take a closer look at that. Thank you for the stone. Washers. 5 or so washers maybe. Classifiers, that's what we are producing. Yaw crushers done. Screeners, a couple of screeners. That is a fairly important thing actually, because screeners are producing quartz ore, which is the thing that we are most currently missing. So say that I would like to get maybe, I don't know, 60 quartz ore per minute or something. Let's make that 100. You can see that that's a lot of sand. And sand, well, let's see, what's input 20 stone? No, why? I don't know. But how about we just add a way to get stone from soil as well, and soil from coarse fraction, and use the matrix solver on all this. Yeah, of course this is the better recipe. Oh well. Whatever. Right, what am I doing here? I'm getting some steel. That's a fair amount of steel already. And speaking of steel, I think actually we should very much make this little change to the providers. Just to make them provide, not provide less, but have a smaller threshold of when to provide. 15, 25, iron, steel. So this is the, oh dear. Well, right now we don't even have anything. So provide threshold, how about we decrease this to 5,000? And we decrease, is this the copper? Yeah, that's the copper. Yeah, sure, let's decrease that as well to 5,000. And let's decrease the steel to, I'm inclined to say even less, but let's stick to 5,000 for now. And then let's see. So we need, of course, solid separators a bunch more. And some washers. No, soil extractors. Ah. We need a lot of stuff here. But this will for sure become cleaner once it's done. Although that might take a while. especially considering these handcrafting times. So instead of just waiting for this to be handcrafted, let's mess up things in the old base. I like messing up things, especially at the end of an episode, more or less. Wow, things are... feels like we're driving quite smoothly now. So what the fuck is this? Oh dear me. Stop that. You can definitely stop this, because we're not getting any stone here anyways. And we don't want to get any stone here anymore. This machine over here can definitely move. Rather, we should get rid of it completely. These radars should move towards intersections. The center of an intersection should have a radar, because that way we know where it is, and if we have one of those in every intersection, it can cover everything. Good! Now please get rid of these things that are so very much in the way. Where is this even going? Where do you think you're going? Of course. Yeah, this is better. Oh, of course, this is will no longer be producing. Let's see, where do we get the tailings dust from? Oh, we do get some from over here. Well, that can be handled. Stop providing these with water, thank you. Just stop the water flow and we'll stop the machines. That's kind of how this works. You may continue providing some water to that one though, because that might be useful. So these are machines that we will be moving to the new area. And I see that time is running out, which is why we will be ending this episode here in the middle of this cleanup. So once again, as always, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time when we will continue the cleanup and continue the stone production area.